Hey everyone, welcome on back to another episode of Dragon Age 2. So, when I hit record last time, well, not last episode, but I was in the middle of recording, 20 minutes in, it takes me back to the main screen, and it was showing my email, and I'm like, nope, I am not getting myself doxxed. It's really crappy that EA just shows it on your screen. It's like they were not thinking when this game came out. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So I don't even know if I'll actually ever stream this game again just because of that. It's really stupid. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the Templar Hall, see what's going on, talk to Meredith. It's a big pain. It was a big pain, but all I can say now is that this really, just as Orsino was resorting to blood magic and everything, and just the whole situation with the mages was bad. Meredith isn't a saint either. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what awaits us.
Look at all this. Magic is a cancer in the heart of our land, just as it was in the time of Andraste. And like her, we are left with no choice but to purify it with fire and blood.
Yeah, so you're enjoying this? Dude, she was smiling, and she was so happy to see the amounts of just dead bodies. It's like a whole group of people have just been killed. And it's like, this situation got out of hand. All thanks to you, Meredith. I wouldn't say it started with her, but she certainly escalated it.
You almost sound as if you're happy to do it.
Happy? I would prefer we lived in a world without such sickness, where such madness is unnecessary. But we do not. Even this battle is not yet over. I am beginning to wonder just how large your part in all this actually was. A refugee come to our city with an apostate sister, gathering power and influence without any accounting. How can I trust that the mighty champion of Kirkwall is not a worse threat to this city than the Circle?
So she's accusing us of probably using blood magic or something, that we rose to the top. It's like, hey, we took on every odd job mission that there was. She's already acting paranoid.
You're seeing threats where none exist.
Just the sort of misdirection I would expect from you. The people of Kirkwall will mourn your loss, but I will tell them you died battling the mages. A righteous cause.
Knight Commander.
Of course she would.
I thought we intended to arrest the champion.
You will do as I command, Cullen.
No. I defended you when Thrask started whispering you were mad. But this is too far.
I will not allow insubordination. We must stay true to our path. You recognize it, do you not? Your lyrium, taken from the deep roads. The dwarf charged a great deal for his prize.
She's using the same crap that drove Bartrand mad. And now that lyrium is probably that's probably why she's been acting crazy. It's because of this lyrium. This red lyrium needs to go. Destroy it. What? Oh my god. I know I've already seen this, but it's like, really? It drove someone to kill his own household? And now you're just spewing nonsense, acting paranoid. Goodness gracious. Yeah, the Knight Commander, she's got to go. Yeah, it's not going to help you.
Turning the idol into a fancy sword won't save you.
All of you! I want him dead!
Enough! This is not what the Order stands for. Knight Commander, step down. I relieve you of your command.
My own knight captain falls prey to the influence of blood magic.
What? He is not influenced by blood magic. What are you talking about?
Allowing the mages to control your minds, to turn you against me. But I don't need any of you. I will protect this city myself.
You'll have to go through me.
Idiot boy. Just like all the others. Blessed are those who stand before the
Oh crap, what is she doing?
And do not falter!
Well, it's about time. It's like, you know, I've been wanting to fight her and deal with her for ages. It's like, it's about time we deal with her. Alright, let's see here. Let's go with 8. I'll go with 5. Alright.
Let's finish this.
So next, let's go with the whirlwind ability, Fenris. I'll rush her down. Then let's cause a tremor.
Maker, your servant begs you for the strength to defeat this evil.
Bro, her eyes, it looks like she's like been, yeah, she's been like, she's like possessed by the Fade. Oh crap, what is she? So she's summoning these monsters? Oh boy, here we go. Gotta deal with this freaking statue. And I think that's her face, too. How egotistical. It's like, she has to, like, liken it into her image. Like, yeah, this is... Okay, so let's see here. Shield defense, let's get that up. Alright, Meryl, let's see some of your abilities. Get the fireball out. Okay, let's go with 6, 7, 8. Alright, nice. I don't think... Can I level up here? Because that's crazy if I can. Yeah, let's just get my dex up. Okay, let's see, what was... Where was that ability that I used? Was it this one? No, it was this one. Okay, rush. Alright, awesome. So his strength is pretty good. Okay, don't know what abilities I want to use for him, though. Let's see. Magic is at 40. Willpower. Okay, so... let us go with Tempest. So, this is electricity damage. Yeah, so, okay, so stab down into foes across a wide... Oh, so it's like an AoE. Got it. So that's like that's a passive ability. Okay. We have one more, so... So the mage will master the power of earth and sky, inflicting greater electricity damage, learning more effective forms of stone based on spells in this school. Huh. Physical damage... Okay, that's really good. Because if that's going to... If that's going to, like, increase my armor protection... And then duration for Petrify goes up? Okay, that's good. Alrighty. I don't really have any other abilities I want to use here, so let's... Okay, and then so they will cast a forward arc. Let's go with that one. And then let's do 40. Yeah, I don't know what other abilities I want to use for him, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so let us do 7. And then let's try this one out. So you rush, the rogue rushes forward, attempting to knock down the target and all nearby enemies. I have no idea how good it's going to be though, because she's like super like resistant, it seems like. Alright, come on. Alright, so... Yeah, so that one looks like he's about to get up. Alright. So we have rock armor on. Let's go with 6. Alright, let's check it out. So we have Tempest. Oh, that's good. I like it. Okay, then we're gonna go with Chain Lightning. Don't think we can Petrify. So we interrupted his ability. Nice. Well, okay, let's go with 7. Since everyone's attacking him, it's like, this is like when this ability comes in hand. Okay, Meryl. Let's see here. Let's get her. Okay, that mode's active, so we're gonna go with the Firestorm. Then we're gonna go with Tempest. Alright, and then let's see. Let's go with. Let's go with 2. Damn. Like, even if I know it's gonna happen, it's like, still knocks me back. Alright, let's see here. What was this ability? Scatter. So she clears a forward arc, throwing enemies back. Huh. Okay, and then let's go with the tremor. Okay, I better heal him up here. Alright, let's go 5. Let's go 6, 7, then 8. Oh, so she like transformed that thing into because I fought this before. So it's now turned into something else. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's see. Okay, Hawke, let's get some of this stuff on here. So we'll do Mighty Offense. Okay, so we got another Gate Guardian. Yeah, I have no idea how good this is going to be, because it looks like it's just going to resist it. Okay, so... yeah, they just resist it too. Oh shit, he's about to die. Let's get him on some health potions. Alright, let's just run him down. Alright, Meryl, we're gonna need some of your abilities again. Oh, there's so many of them too. It's like, I don't think they're necessarily hard, but there's just so many of these guys. Let me turn the sound down too. It's like, it's getting really loud. Alright. Music. It's a little better.
It's not enough that they make innocents suffer. No! Traitors also have insult added to injury. Mages. Give them freedom, and they would use it to tear down everything we hold dear.
You're kind of doing that right now, lady.
No, it cannot be allowed. I will stop. Do you hear me, champion? I will defeat you. Why did you defend these mages? They are an
Yeah, tell us how you really feel. You know, you're just saying it's like, oh, we're just protecting society. It's like, no, you're just using it as an excuse to commit genocide.
Humanity.
Alright, let's see here. Let's go with this one. This one's been a really good ability.
this taking so long? Can one so evil truly so powerful?
Alright, Meredith, get up. Oh, okay, I guess we beat her now?
Not be defeated! Make her hate your humble servant!
What the hell's what in... So... she turned into a statue? I guess the lyrium power was... there was good reason not to use it. That's a good reminder. Even in death, she looks terrifying. Ugh, she's just creepy looking. Oh, what's happening? Are they gonna ambush us now? Or are we gonna get executed? This doesn't look good, guys. Alright, Cullen. Do the right thing. Nice. And they're finally standing down. It's good. Now maybe there won't be any more needless bloodshed.
Word of the slaughter spread quickly. The champion's name became a rallying cry for all mages, a reminder of their brutal oppression. He'd shown not only what the Templars were willing to do, but that they could be defied. The circles rose up and set the world on fire. Here at home, the city all but got down on its hands and knees and begged the champion to rule. As for the rest of us, eventually we all left the champion's side for one reason or another. Well, all of us except for Fenris.
Of course, he was at our side at the end.
Stories, of course. With each telling they grow, even if at the core remains the truth. A legend had been born. So that's it. That's the whole story.
Then Meredith turned on the champion. She was to blame.
Or that damned idol was. Or Anders. Take your pick.
Even so, had the champion not been there...
Then I suppose Meredith would be ruling the city still.
But the champion is not in Kirkwall any longer.
So I hear. Isn't it strange how quickly fortunes change?
I see.
So how is hearing all this going to help? You've already lost all the circles. In fact, haven't the Templars rebelled as well? I thought you decided to abandon the Chantry to hunt the mages.
Not all of us desire war, Varric. Please, if you know where the champion is, you must tell me. He is a hero. A man that the Templars respect. Someone who was there at the beginning. The champion could stop this madness before it's too late. He may be the only one who can.
Is that what this is all about? In that case, I wish I could help you.
Just tell me one thing, then. Is the champion dead?
Though, I doubt that.
Then you are free to go, Varric. May the Maker watch over you during the dark times ahead of us.
Same to you, Seeker.
Well, it looks
Same to
like
you.
we're gonna find out what happens next then in Inquisition.
So, did you...
Gone. Just
Wait
like
a
the
minute.
Warden.
That's Lyanna! Oh my
No
goodness.
coincidence.
So she did show up. That's awesome.
So, do we proceed with the original plan? Or keep looking?
It is in the Maker's hands now. We put our faith in him.
So she was the one who orchestrated this. And that is Dragon Age 2, everyone. What a journey it's been, even if I've been a little on and off on it. So there was a lot of stuff that was revealed at the end, but man, this this music is really good. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think that might get copyrighted, so I'm just going to have to skip that. And we are going to... it sounds really great, but I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted or not, so I'm going to have to, like... I'm just going to have to skip that, so... Alright, so congratulations on completing Dragon Age 2. There are more downloadable content adventures to be had and that embark from your estate. From all of us at BioWare, we thank you. Enjoy. Yeah, we'll definitely be trying that out. Okay, so just to, like, I guess, you know, just now that I have time to really talk about this without being interrupted by the music, because the music was really nice, but, you know, we're just gonna have to skip that for now. So yeah, so I guess all of the mages, like, around Thetis just revolted, and now that they are free from... So I guess now they are free from the Chantry and the Templars. Like, you know, we tried to hold that... We tried to prevent that situation. Let me turn this down, too. Let's turn that down. Okay. So we tried to, you know, like... We tried to, like, resolve that situation, try to, like, prevent things from going crazy, but there was just no way to prevent it from happening, unfortunately. And so it's like Anders was responsible for the Chantry, and he did have to pay for what he's done. I was going to kill him, but then he's like, oh, like, I mean, I was going to spare him, but then he's like, no, I'd rather than die. And it's like, I can respect that, but like dude, you're going, you can't. I mean, I could have gone with the option of then leave, but at this point, it's like seeing how much he had fallen and seeing how much he's just changed. It's like, you know, let's just kill him so he doesn't disgrace himself any further. So it's very unfortunate he died, but it's like, I'm not surprised that happened. It's like, damn, we lost quite a few companions. We lost Anders, we lost Bethany. Well, Carver wasn't really considered a companion, but we lost Carver in the very beginning. Like, and you know, of course, Isabella just left it on us, so it's like, well, that's nice. But yeah, so I guess, like, all that stuff that Inquisitor lady, we're gonna figure out more what's going on in Inquisition, or maybe then maybe things will take place years after whatever's going on. But yeah, I don't know, man. Things are looking pretty crazy. So it's like all our companions went their separate way, at least in the story, because I know you can still bring them along for the DLC content. But with that being said, with that being said, it's cool that Fenris, like, yes, he was the one that would stay with us. I mean, that's practically our boyfriend. So it's like, amen. He's gonna stick with us through thick and thin, just like Zevran with Aiden, right? So I guess now we can talk about, well, I can talk about how I feel about Dragon Age 2 as a game, because there's going to be two things. So we're going to talk about, like, the story, and then we're going to talk about the gameplay. Well, actually, I'll start with gameplay first, because that's always important. Coming from Dragon Age Origins, the combat felt a lot smoother. It didn't feel as clunky. So, like, with me and my daggers, it's awesome that I could do that. When I was playing as a warrior back in Origins, like, yes, you could, like, do your basic attacks, but the problem with it is it felt very limited. Like, I just couldn't attack as much, and obviously, you know, you have these skills, you can't really see them, but my skills on the hotkey bar, and that's, you know, that was like your main source of damage, which makes sense. And the thing is, I feel like the skills here, so let's just pull that up here. So the abilities, all of this is a lot more organized. So some of like the sustain abilities is within like one category, whereas in Origins there was so much, and you could have a bunch of different sustain modes, and that would like eat a lot of your mana or stamina depending on your class. So I like that this was a little bit more organized here. That being said, one thing, this is kind of like a very small issue. I wish we had something more with the summon Marbury. So say for like we had just like more like passive skills or something. That would have been nice. But hey, it's like, it's fine. We get to have him as a companion, so that was cool. These abilities were really good. So pulling up like the Mark for Death. So for this one, the assassin marks a target, revealing weaknesses that allies can exploit. So in like that last fight, I was using Mark of Death. A lot of my allies. I don't know if that attributes to just like my non-companions, but I was like, so all of them were just dogpiling Meredith and Orsino, and so that helped. And then this, which is it? This one. No, it was... So we had... Let me see here. Wait. Is there ability? No, okay. I thought this was like an ability, but it's not. That's a passive ability. But then this one is like, you pinpoint weaknesses and critical hits with every blow. This is like for Hawke. So this one's like for your allies, this one's for yourself. And then this one here was amazing because it's like you can kill like enemies outright, and if it's like a boss or an elite, they'll take a crit hit. So I just like ended up just using usually all three, and it's like they had good synergy with each other. The abilities here were a lot of fun. Twin Fangs just was insanely just overpowered. It was before I got my assassinate. This was my go-to ability. Obviously, explosive strike was really hard because you have to do consecutive attacks and then use it, which I get, that makes sense. Like it's like obviously you're going to use it when you're doing consecutive attacks, but the problem is that like say if I don't attack if I stop like attacking for like an instant, then the explosive strike does not do any good damage. It just tickles. Backstab was like one that we used a lot. This was a really good ability, but it's like these were like the two areas I really focused in. Obviously, like speed. This is probably something I'm going to get since Anders is dead, and just having more speed is going to be nice. So we'll probably focus on that. Obviously, there were some abilities here that I really liked too. But, let's see, what's this? Oh, critical chance. Sure, why not? Well, actually, no. Let's not waste it on there. Okay, so abilities wise, it's like once you started like once you've maxed out the stuff you wanted to work on, you would have like extra. You'd have like sometimes like extra points, and it's like they just stack, so that's fine. As for so I guess we can talk about like companions, like, and management wise, much easier than Origins, because in Origins you could just manage like every gear piece, whereas here in Dragon Age 2 you didn't necessarily have to do that because they had their own armor provided for them. So only like jewelry and weapon you needed to provide them for, which is nice. It was confusing at first because I was like, okay, why can't I give like Avalon, for example, some heavy armor? It's like, well, she already has her own pre-established armor. So that was an interesting choice. I kind of like that because back in Origins, part of the reason why I was taking so long is because of that micromanaging, and just like switching out the tactics and everything, which, you know, to be honest, I'm not been doing that a whole lot, like, you know, doing it from scratch. Sometimes I do, but it takes time and it's kind of a pain in the ass, but, you know, the tactics thing is a very interesting concept because I don't think any games do that anymore, at least for new games. So this is something I have talked about throughout this Let's Play. So this is something that I think I cannot ignore. Why is it that after I arrive in Kirkwall, like literally like after the prologue, I get access to all of this insane OP gear. Like, I've been using like Jarvia's shank since the beginning of the game practically. That's crazy. This should have been locked until like Act 3. And it's like, I know the argument is, oh, just don't use it. But the problem is, it's like, they put it in the game. Like, they should have locked this by Act 3, and then I'd have been fine. And I used it for, you know, the majority of this Let's Play, and it's like, not until, like, the end game that I started switching things around. So, you know, I'm not a huge fan of that, because I do think it makes the game a lot easier. If I ever did play this game again, I probably wouldn't use the premium gear until then, just to give myself a challenge. That being said, it seems like I could not find myself a better ring besides this ornate ring. So it's like, hey man, it's been with us since the beginning. So at least one of my items was a non-premium. I mean, there were some others, I think, but I think like the armor here, that was all premium. I'm not sure about the belt, but I digress. So in terms of the companions, you know, considering I have played Veilguard, so it's like I already know what happens to Varric. It's interesting to see where his story began, and the whole like arc with him and Bartrand was interesting. It was very fascinating that the Red Lyrium ended up becoming a huge plot point at the end, with Meredith being the one that used it to empower her sword and everything. And it just shows you that Red Lyrium is dangerous. Like, you can't, like, even someone like Meredith, who was much stronger than Bartrand, felt to its allure. So I was not expecting that. Now, I guess like with the other companions, so Fenris, you know, it was really interesting to see. Like, there's like, he's like a mage hunter, and like Hawke's family comes from mages, but you know, he still was cool with us, and you know, we definitely romanced him for obvious reasons, right? But then it's like, then there's like companions like Isabella, like she bailed on us when things got serious. So it's like, I don't know what's going to happen to her, if she's going to show up in Inquisition again, but I'm very curious what her role is going to be in the future of the franchise, and Inquisition at least. And you know, it's like Meryl, what's going to happen with her, like with the Elven alienage too? Is she going to go somewhere else completely different? Is she going to try to find a different Dalish clan, make things right? Who knows? Seems like Avalyn's probably going to still stay in the city, like, because you know, she's the captain of the guard. There's a lot of work to be done, especially after this crisis. And it kills me, man. It kills me that, you know, Anders had to die. But it's like, I was willing, you know, like I said, I was willing to spare him. But then he's like, no, I rather, you know, die than... And I get it. Like, I respect it that he rather die than living in servitude, which is understandable. But he made things a whole lot worse. Although, to be fair, Meredith was probably going to use some other method to screw over the mages, and considering that Red Lyrium was probably the reason she just went insane, I don't think there was no saving her. So it's like, I still think siding with the Templars, at least in the beginning, had just merits. But yeah, and it's like, when I think about Hawke and his family, dude, he has lost nearly his entire family. It's sad. It is really sad, but it is what it is. I mean, I should have brought I definitely should have brought Anders with me in the Deep Roads, and I didn't. At least I don't think I did. And people were telling me, yeah, if you don't bring him, your sibling Carver or Bethany will die. So rip to that. So we lost a lot of people. Worse, and so the choices we made were a lot worse this time around in 2 than in Origins. But is what it is. So I don't really have anything else to say, but the companions were really cool. I like that the user interface is a lot smoother. I don't have any of my my runes, but in Origins, it was such a convoluted mess when you try to like craft it. Whereas here, there's not as many, so you didn't have like a Grandmaster Paragon. There was just like there's only one type of the runes, so that was nice. And so it made things easier for me. The font is so much better in this game too. Like in the early episodes of Origins, for example, I had a hard time really like I had to like really squint my eyes because the freaking like font was so tiny, and I have like very big monitors, so I had to get a mod for that. Surprisingly enough, I didn't have to get any mod for 2, so I think that speaks volumes of how good 2 was by itself. Now, I have heard people feel like this game was rushed, and I can see that because the storyline was I would say maybe it's a little fast paced, because like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, we finished it very quickly, so I could imagine like the devs probably like, because after like the Blight stuff, it's like, is there gonna be another Blight? No, because that would have been stale. So they had to like probably think of like a storyline to like kind of like a filler or something. And this is really like 10 years after the Blight, so it wouldn't make much sense for another Blight to just occur just right then and there. But it was interesting to like take a break from Darkspawn. Even though I wish we saw some more, but it's like Deep Roads, Darkspawn wasn't a huge focus of this game. It was really like, it was literally just fighting amongst ourselves. I guess like when the people of Thetis don't have a Blight, they are disunited. But when there's the threat of the Blight, they will be united. I guess that's like kind of like the theme in Dragon Age. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. But on the next episode, because we are going to continue, we're going to be doing the DLC. So we're going to do a Memento of the Past. Or we could do Mark of the Assassin. We're going to do this one first, I think. But yeah, look forward to that, guys. So tomorrow, because there's a third video I've uploaded today, which is crazy, but I wanted to wrap this up. We're going to see what the Memento of the Past involves. So something about a harrowing experience. So it's going to be interesting. But until then, guys, I shall catch you all in the next one. It's been an awesome journey with Dragon Age 2. And just one last thing before I go, because I've been yapping for over 20 minutes now. Black Myth Wukong is the next game that I will be Let's Playing. I'm not so sure if Baldur's Gate 3 comes after it. I want to, like, because I still need some time to get used to the mechanics, but Baldur's Gate 3 is potentially after Wukong. But yeah, until then, guys, I shall catch you on the next one. Y'all have a great day.